welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the finals of FNM here at Nerd Rage Gaming. I'm your host, Andrew Donnelly. With me, as always, my faithful co-host, Matthew Robert Dow. Matt, it's happening again. Our hero's returned.
He has to vanquish, hopefully, another control player.
Oh, this is just what everyone's been waiting for.
Yes.
Again, Dan returns to the fray.
Why is Noah not evil? He should be evil.
He's not evil yet. Oh, I'm sorry. He's actually not even, because he's not playing the Sultai control.
No.
It's
He's playing a control deck.
He is
correct?
playing a control deck.
Yeah, he's evil.
He can't be evil yet. We haven't seen any evil.
No. He was born evil.
Oh.
Original sin, man.
Oh, whoa.
No.
So he's
evil.
Automatically evil.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Playing the control deck, he's evil tonight. So this is going to be a 4 for 4 here. 4 control decks in all these feature matches, but our hero, hopefully he can vanquish them. But he's going to have to play a little bit better against Pro Tour competitor Noah Cohen.
Yeah, this will be a test for Dan here. He's really got to shape it up. Evil Ben Sliwa was distracted by his evilness.
Yeah,
so
he was.
We'll have to sending a message now to have the spotters go.
Yeah, stop shuffling.
Stop shuffling.
Stop shuffling and let me see you play a control deck.
UWR to Jeskai. You got to use Jeskai now.
No,
you can't use UWR.
No.
Technically, it should be Demir control.
It should be. No, it shouldn't.
It should be.
No.
Wizards of the Coast. They make it pretty clear how they want you to call it. Have you seen a lot of people playing robots recently?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They get away with that. I think Dan is actually firing up the stream on his phone so he can ghost Noah.
Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
The 10-second delay?
Dan's going to ghost this match. It's going to be sweet.
He's going to be a spooky ghost, spooky skeleton. But then he'd be evil.
He would be, but, I mean, sometimes you got to do evil things to take down evil.
He's got a good hand already. He's got 2 land.
Does he have an ordeal? No, he's got a lot of land.
And a God's Will. He's got a favorite hoplite and
he's got an ordeal, though, right? Yeah, he looks like he's got an
I didn't see an ordeal.
I keep that hand.
What was the ordeal you saw?
Yeah, he's got an ordeal with Thassa, I think. I think he has favorite hoplite,
yeah.
Hero of Erois, God's Willing, and some lands, and an ordeal of Thassa. So, like, that's pretty much the nuts.
I just realized somebody earlier insulted Miracles. That was rude.
A lot of people been insulting Miracles. Joel Set doesn't even play that deck anymore.
It's sad.
How does that make you feel?
I feel okay about it. I mean, I still have foil tops and foil counterbalances and foil swords to plowshares and foil Entreat the Angels, so
alright.
I think I'll be alright.
What did you have for dinner last night?
Nothing.
Alright. So
Magic cards are food, Matt. You pick one.
Turn 1 favorite hoplite for Dan.
That's a good start.
It's a great start, especially if we can play an ordeal here on the next turn. And then have protection in God's Willing. So the evil one plays an island and passes back to Dan.
The evil one. You know what, Noah? This blue-black might be a little bit more difficult. Dan really doesn't have the...
No, Dan does not have an ordeal. Looks like I saw that wrong. I think he's got just a bunch of lands.
He's got a lot of land.
So, like, here's a play I don't like from Dan. He could have played Hero of Erois there and advanced his board, but he chose not to. And maybe, like, holding up a protection spell for his guy.
Sure.
But, like, Noah can't play a protection spell on 1, so if he plays a protection spell and kills your hero on 2, it's the same as if you protect your guy here. Only you lose a protection spell, which is more valuable than a creature.
So you would rather run out the board state
and
put your opponent on a swifter clock?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. I guess I'm okay with that against the blue-black control.
I'm okay with it in all situations.
Really?
I would have ran... Yes, in that situation, if I have another creature, I'm just going to run it out there.
Okay, fair enough.
Unless they have, like... Unless they're playing a red deck and they could, like, Wild Slash me.
Or Arc Lightning?
Yeah. Then it gets weird.
Well, but even Arc Lightning's really not that good because...
Well, Arc Lightning is not going to kill this board, but...
Correct.
So now here's the hero, and now Dan has the backup, so... It's going to get Bile-Bladed. Oh, guess Dan doesn't have God's Willing, or else I would have cast it there, but... So here's an Ashiok.
And that's a card that you probably don't want to see if you're Dan, right?
I don't know. Like, I don't think this card's very good against this deck, but it's pretty good when all you have is a 1/2. Especially when they get creatures and you lose an Ordeal of Thassa.
Yep. Not to mention they get creatures that they can like cast to start brick walling you.
Yeah. But Dan draws a Aqueous form. So
it's not a bad start.
No.
Trigger. He's got to find some protection for this guy, though. That's a bad.
Yeah, that's not where I want to be.
I don't agree with that either. I can tell you as soon as I saw Dan thinking about it, if he's not going for the
No,
dome
you
with
gotta
this deck,
start it, yeah.
Yeah.
Start attacking people. We have Tamir Battle Rage in our deck. We gotta try to
blow
kill
him up.
Yeah.
Get him low.
Attacking Ashiok, especially if you're not going to kill it, then it's just pointless.
Yeah, it seems like a wasted attack because not only now can Noah essentially cast a creature that I guess can no longer block, but
Yeah, but he just, like, Dan just fogged him with
Yeah.
the Ashiok, essentially.
and that's to be fair, that's a lot of mistake. Like that's a mistake you often see newer players make is they get so scared of planeswalkers that they
Yeah.
just continually start bashing into them no matter whatever's going on. And that's not to say Dan's a newer player, but I think he kind of got blindsided there by the Ashiok.
I don't know if I was Noah there, I might have held on to that Perilous Vault and, like, waited so I could play around Stubborn Denial, maybe. But I guess that kind of gets blown off if Dan casts, a couple of cards on his guy. Dan just seems to be flooding, though. So
Not a good shuffle. And that Ashiok stripped a lot of power away from him.
yeah, Dan gonna go at Ashiok again. Dan's just not
Keeps
gonna win this
doing
game.
it.
Yeah,
He didn't even scry there.
no. Dan is reserved to losing to the evil one.
Wow. So Dan, the hero, falling.
Yeah. Noah just gonna fog again.
Why not? I mean,
now he's got fog with, like, Perilous Vault in play. Like,
Yeah.
So
If I'm Noah, I just keep plushing the Ashiok.
so he's gonna with the trigger on this. I don't think this works the way Noah thinks this works.
So in response to the Ashiok trigger, so now,
Yeah, okay, that works.
oh, he used the -2.
Yeah, so he
Okay,
minus,
sure.
and then with it on the stack, he got
Correct.
a creature.
Yeah, that makes
that
sense.
is how that works.
I thought he was plussing.
No.
But
He minus. Here's the favorite
Oh.
hoplite.
Okay.
I don't know if I really like that from Noah, though. I don't know. I think he's just so far ahead. Dan's got a lot of lands.
I mean, it
He hasn't
gives
really
him-
done anything.
Gives him something though, right? It gives Noah a creature that he can at least attack
I
with
guess. Who
and
cares?
start putting damage in. But maybe that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I like that from Noah's side just because I want this game to be over faster. So, please put a creature on your board and start attacking.
So he's gonna tap for 3. This will be another Ashiok, which hopefully Dan does not
Yeah,
target with attacks this time.
hopefully.
Our hero has to see through the darkness.
Yep. Don't attack the Nightmare Weaver.
Can we? This is like a metal song. See through the darkness. Don't attack the Nightmare Weaver. Are we jamming
Have
now?
we turned into Blind Guardian?
Oh jeez, this is awesome! All of a sudden, I like this.
Hopefully somebody from Blind Guardian or some of those like fantasy metal bands is
Or, like,
listening, and they can
listening, yeah.
like turn this into a sweet
You
song.
can become a songwriter. Oh baby.
I don't want to be a songwriter. I just want credit in the liner notes.
Oh.
All right, back to the match. Noah pluses Ashiok. Dan mills a bunch of things that Ashiok can't cast. And then he untaps and draws, and
What's Dan mulling over here though? He's got cards in hand. Are they lands still? I mean, he's got a ton of them. See, Noah's got a Jace's Ingenuity. Looks like a Hero's Downfall in hand.
yeah, he has a Hero's Downfall on Jace's Ingenuity.
Keeps rearranging the discard piles.
Yeah, which
Both
is
of
annoying.
them keep doing it. I'm not 100. What?
Dan has 2 God's Willings, it looks like.
So he can kind of get aggressive here. He's got to stop attacking that.
Yeah, he
that
really
Ashiok.
needs to stop attacking Ashiok.
It's just not doing anything.
So I think he's going to give his creature protection from, I'd imagine blue.
Okay.
But I imagine he's just going to attack Ashiok. He's attacked Ashiok a bunch here already, so,
I hope not.
you know.
Did he scry?
Yeah, he's got
Okay.
twice.
No. He's doing it again.
Yeah, so he attacks Ashiok again.
He's down
It
to
looks like he's going to
17.
Defiant Strike to kill Ashiok, though. So
Okay.
at least, like, there's value in that. Now Noah doesn't really have too great of a hand, but he does have Jace's Ingenuity. So,
I guess Dan also gets he got to scry twice, correct?
Yeah,
Once off God's Willing, once off
Correct.
Favorite Hoplite,
Now he
now
gets to
gets to
scry
draw.
yeah, now he's going to draw an Ordeal of Thassa, which is great for him. Now he's going to kill this Ashiok.
Okay. To think if we had committed that much damage to Noah already,
Yeah, he'd be at
the
14.
the game would be very close to getting just over. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you would be so far ahead.
So Noah draws Drowning Star, which is super bad for him since it kills his creature and doesn't really do anything to Dan. He's gonna scry. He's gonna leave that one on top.
Does he still have removal, though? He's still got a downfall.
Yeah, he does, but Dan has another God's Willing, pretty sure. So, he's gonna leave that one on top. I imagine that's a dig through time or a removal spell.
Sure.
So,
Something that actually allows him to get rid of the hoplite?
yeah, he needs to kill this, and yeah, he's just gonna ship it back. So Dan does have an Ordeal with Thassa, so Noah correctly upkeeps this effect. But this is gonna allow Dan to give his creature protection from black and then scry
And
twice
scry.
before drawing.
Wow.
So I mean,
This is,
he's just digging for counter magic, or if Dan's playing Stubborn Denial, Dan's gonna snap keep it on top. That is not good for Noah.
Is that the Tamir? Did we get there?
I don't think we can kill him even if we get a Tamir Battle Rage.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we've got the Ordeal. Oh, so that'll
put him to 6, 7, 8. Yeah, no, we're 2 points short.
Are we still?
Yeah.
Oh, so this will give Dan double draw.
Plus, Noah can just chump block. So he's going to attack.
Oh, that's true.
Dan needs to trigger that.
There
draw
we go.
2. He does have a Valorous stance, which is a good one. Noah's just going to chump block.
Yeah, that's fine. I think if you're Dan, you're okay with that. You've kind of brought it back into the board now with this.
Yeah, you're for sure okay with this. Like Dan's like way ahead in this game right now. Noah only has Jace's Ingenuity and Drowning Sorrow in his hand, so Noah really needs some action. Bile is not
good.
Not action. I don't know why Noah kept that on top of his deck. That card's awful.
Well, maybe he thought.
No.
Oh God, no, you're right. I know it's not good, but I guess your line of thinking there is if I Drown in Sorrow and then Bile Blight.
Yeah, Noah's here casting Jason Ingenuity, looking for Murderous Cut, and
Yeah.
he doesn't find it. Finds the Silence of Believers, which like isn't bad, but I just don't know if he's going to get another turn. I guess he is gonna go up to 20 with Radiant Fountain, so that's nice that he found that. But he's gonna pass back to Dan, who has his 7 power Battlewise Hoplite, and if he can pump it 3 more times and Tamir Battle Rage it, looking to kill Noah. So
here's 2.
Here's another Ordeal.
I like it.
Gonna put it to 6.
He's
Maybe
keeping
an
it
8.
on top.
Yep, keep it. No, it does have Bile Blade though, so Dan's gonna attack with his 9 power guy.
Holy cow!
Trigger Ordeal and draw 2.
Yep. Noah's waiting now for his chance to. So he's gonna respond here.
He's gonna Bile Blight. So I imagine if Dan has Tamir Battle Rage on top of his deck, he's gonna allow it to resolve. But nope.
Did not look like it.
Dan learned his lesson.
Divine Strike.
He's gonna Defiant Strike.
Wow. So hold on, we got to do math for the people at home here. This is now a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus the 1 from the Defiant Strike.
It's 8 power.
8 power.
Yeah. So Noah's gonna take 8 and go to 12.
This will be another test for Dan here.
Yeah, see if you can do the math.
Do the math. Did he draw off the Defiant Strike?
He did.
I believe he did.
Yeah.
So Noah's dropping down to 11 is what he has on the dice.
So the question is does Noah have the mana up to silence the Believers and cast Dissolve? And it looks like he does. So Dan needs 2 protection spells to keep his guy alive here. I think he only has
Silence
1.
Believers and Dissolve.
Yeah.
So he can't. He has to give it Pro Black.
Yeah.
And then an additional Pro Black after the Dissolve targeting the first one.
Correct.
Okay.
He does. I think he has a Valorous stance in his hand and a God's Willing.
Valorous Stance doesn't help against Silence Believers, though.
Unfortunately, it does not. For it exiles.
To be fair enough, Silence Believers super good card to play right now.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll go back to a little earlier in the match when you said that Noah snapped off that Perilous Fall too fast. I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the correct
Too
play.
hasty.
You know that your opponent has already been sucked into the tunnel vision of attacking your Planeswalkers. Just let them keep running their face in the Planeswalker while you keep your vaults up.
Yeah.
So there's the Silence of Believers. Can the hero Dan correctly figure out what this card does?
He's gonna read it. So
Well,
if he can
good.
read, then yes.
There's one God's Willing. He'll be burning himself.
Noah's
There's
gonna
a
Dissolve.
Dissolve. Does he have another God's Willing? It does not look like it.
No, I don't think he does. So that guy is going to be exiled, but he's still going to get a scry. He does have additional gas in his hand, though, from all those Ordeal of Thassa's, though, and Noah really just doesn't have anything. But he's going to keep on top, so that's a bad sign for Dan.
Well, Noah still has a Drown in Sorrow in hand, correct?
Yeah, also true. But Dan's
Let's
going to run a
lead
favorite
with
Hoplite out there, and then I imagine you just run a Seeker out there in case he kills this creature.
But
Just-
oh, I see.
yeah, no, because
Unknown to the Drown in Sorrow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no, you just run more creatures out there because he's gonna drown in sorrow, and this is gonna get Defiant Strike. We would have saved our guy anyways. Plus, like, if he has a targeted removal spell, we don't have any protection in our. I guess we have Valorous Stance, but if he has like 2 targeted removal spells, well, then our guy dies, and then we're back to square one again.
Sure.
So
So he's favorite Hoplite's still
yeah,
dead
still
at this
alive.
point, or still
No,
alive?
it's a 0-1 right now.
Okay.
I was gonna scry that to the bottom. He does have a dig through time, but that card's kind of slow right now, and his favorite hoplite is a 2/3. So
This is a clock.
it's a clock, but Dan needs a couple more
I
spells.
mean, if we
here.
draw Defiant Strike to mirror Battle Rage,
Yeah.
we're in a good position.
Yeah, that would get. There's Tamir Battle Rage. So we got one piece of the puzzle,
Oh, jeez. Dan looks it, loving it.
which is like, what if we had Seeker of the Way here, and we cast Tamir Battle Rage on the favorite hoplite and gave it double strike, then we'd have.
He has a Heliod's Pilgrim in hand, though, too.
So he's gonna attack. He just can't cast the Heliod's Pilgrim and then get an Ordeal and then equip and keep up Valorous Stance.
Can he not?
So I think you cast the Heliod's Pilgrim here and get an Ordeal. But
Or he's going to play a Seeker.
yeah,
Okay, so now he's going to run out the Seeker. Noah's at 9, correct?
correct.
Yeah.
So Noah's probably gonna dig through time, I'd imagine, to see what to exile here.
And what do you go find here? Crux?
I try to find Crux. Yeah, Crux in a like counter spell is what you ideally want.
Boy, that Tamir Battle Rage.
So there's a Crux. Looks like 2 of them. Noah doesn't have the mana to cast 2 of them currently, but he is at 9 mana, so he could.
Dan's showing him the 4 rounds he's got in the chamber. He's like, you better hope these aren't pump spells.
Well, we know one of them will kill him.
Yes.
So if Dan gets to untap and Noah doesn't have anything,
There's a Dissolve.
there's a dissolve. So
here comes
it'll be
Crux.
Crux of Fate. So I imagine Dan is going to cast his Valorous Stance, but it's going to be countered. Now, does Dan have another Valorous Stance? Is the question.
So he's going to burn himself for 2 here.
Yeah.
Target the favorite Hoplite. Keep
Yep.
it alive.
And looks like Noah. Okay, Noah does have an Opulent Palace still up. So
Yep.
I thought he tapped in correctly, and I was going to be like, wow, that is
That would have been bad.
really bad for Pro Tour
Yeah.
by Noah Cohen.
Well, he hasn't made mistakes so far, so
Yeah, so let's see if Dan has another
Does he have
Valor
an
Stance. It looks like he
additional-
does. Yeah. So I think he's going to kill him.
you just fire it off. What?
No, I guess he doesn't. I don't know what that card's
Is that a
insane is.
Heliod's Pilgrim? He has Heliod's Pilgrim, Tamir Battle Rage, what else?
It looks like another white card that looks like a Valorous Stance. It's hard to say, though. There's another Battle Wise Hoplite. I mean, you just keep running creatures out here.
I will tell you, despite getting...
It's a feeder resistance.
Okay. Despite getting hit by Ashiok for, I think, what was a total of 4 or 5 times, Dan has still drawn gas this game, which
Yeah.
is really impressive.
So Noah drew another dig through time and now has 2 dig through times, which are pretty slow. And, yeah, Dan threatens once again to kill him if he doesn't have anything. Dan's got 10 points of damage in his hand, but Noah's going to cast a dig through time main phase. Probably to try to find a Crux of Fate, I'd imagine, again. Although he did, I think he drew 2 off the last dig through time, so.
So he's probably just looking for targeted removal
Yeah.
at this point?
Yeah.
Even though we know Dan has the Feat of Resistance to protect here.
Right. Good chance he finds some targeted removal, or he finds another Crux of Fate. So that'll get the job done.
Boy, and a Johnny's Presence would be stellar right now.
Yeah, card is nuts. Card's really good.
Yeah.
I like it way better than Feeder Resistance for that very reason. There's just so many Crux of Fates running around, and Feeder Resistance just is duty against that card.
Yeah, I think the Feat of Resistance play is more so just because it adds an additional +1/+1 counter to the creature.
You are correct.
And I guess gives you another form of denial towards a specific color.
Yeah. So no one in the tank. Gonna take, I imagine, a Crux of Fate, and definitely a Crux of Fate. So,
Double Crux?
no, I don't think he took double Crux.
Crux
think-
counter.
I think it was Crux Divination, something like that.
Mhm.
So,
Well, there's
gonna
Crux.
catch the Crux. Dan's.
Dan says sure.
Yep. And he draws an Aqueous one. So Oh, there's a hero.
There's a hero. Wow.
Oh, no,
That's not bad either.
Yeah. There's a Pearl Lake Ancient, which
Big
seems pretty good, but Dan has Aqueous for him. So we'll see
Noah
if
didn't even
Noah's trying to bait him into
loading up.
yeah, into loading up or into just attacking here. Like Dan needs to see that. Okay, Noah, like I have a protection spell in Feeder Resistance. I have a Tamir Battle Rage.
He's got Aqueous for
He
him.
needs to Aqueous for him. Okay, he's
So they-
going to.
okay.
All right.
Noah's
like, yeah, this Pearl Lake Ancient looks real bad right now.
Yep.
All right.
Battle Rage is online.
Now we just need to attack and then Tamir Battle Rage and we kill him.
Do we?
Yeah.
Did we get there with that?
Yeah, that's... No, we're one short.
But he's got feeder resistance, so if he feeder resistance to your battle rage,
Now we gotta wait for him to try to kill our guy. Then
Oh,
we can
okay.
feeder resistance and get him.
Noah's gonna run out the Pearl Lake here.
No, Noah's gonna dig through time here.
Oh, okay. So he wants the target removal.
Yeah, and it looks like he's only got one removal spell up. So
He's looking
yeah,
for
he
the.
no. I wonder if he could have delved a little bit more. So he found a Hero's Downfall, but if he tries the Hero's Downfall here, it's not going to be enough. Dan's going to get a feeder resistance and then
and
Tamir
then
Battle Rage
rage him. Oh baby.
So
So he picked up interpret the signs, and I didn't see the first one.
I imagine took Hero's Downfall.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he just casts it right now. Okay, he's going to and just lose the game.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So this
Dan's
is it.
going to God's willing it. Give protection
Trigger.
from black. Trigger,
Scry.
doesn't matter.
Noah's gonna
Show him
scoop
the
it up.
Tamir Battle Rage.
Show
Show him
it.
the one card in your
Slam it.
hand. Oh my
Oh,
god.
I would windmill slam this, Dan.
There's no Slaughter Pact in this format, and your creature already has protection from black.
Dan, slam the card.
Dan's probably trying to do the math in his head here.
It already attacked. Noah says, yeah.
Yeah, got it.
There it is. Gotcha. Oh, man. Dan the hero.
Our
Continuing
hero.
the streak.
Yep.
He's doing it. Tamir Battle Rage giving him,
Give him that reach.
yeah, good card. Really hard for decks to play around.
Yep. And Noah could have played around there. I think he had more cards in his graveyard, so he could have delved more
To try and look
to
for...
try to find 2 removal spells.
Okay.
But he only had the option to cast 1.
All right.
No, I'm not 100% sure about that, just because of like how people handle their exile zone versus their graveyard. But
I think we know what Dan's bringing in, but let's go over the list one more time. So
one more time, we got Noah. He's got 3 Jurubai Murklurker, a Farika's Cure, a Tassiger, another Silence the Believers, 3 Negates, 2 Disdainful Stroke, 2 Drown in Sorrow, and 2 Thoughtseize. Cards I like from Noah. Silence the Believers is pretty good, really good actually. It's an exile effect. I like Thoughtseize, especially on the play. You can like take their one creature or slow down their hand.
Okay.
Plus it's pretty good against like protection spells. Farika's Cure might be alright on the play. I think it's a little too slow on the draw. I think Drown in Sorrow isn't very good. I'd probably board those out. Negates I might bring in, at least in some number. And there's a possibility I might try out some number of Jurubai Murklurker. They're a 2/4, so maybe not. They don't really block all that well
Sure.
against like the 4/4s of this deck, so I probably would actually just leave them in the sideboard. Moving on to Dan's though,
The hero.
the hero. He's got 3 Stubborn Denials. Those suckers are coming in.
Yep.
He's got 1 Negate. That's coming in. He's got a Feeder Resistance. That's not coming in. Erase? Nope. Triton Tactics? No thank you. Defiant Strike? You sign me up. Ordelia Heliod? I'm good. 2 Brimaz? Bringing those in. 2 Glare Heresies? No thank you. 2 Laguna Band Trailblazers? Sign me up. Can't be targeted by, or can't die to Bioblade.
Yup.
So, cards that I would take out in this matchup would be Aqueous Form. I might even shave a land.
To not draw heavy.
Yeah, to not, especially against like Thoughtseize decks.
Sure.
You want to try to draw like gas off the top of your deck, and just adding lands, to your deck is pretty bad, especially on the draw. Cards I'm going to probably shave Tamir Battle Rage, although it was pretty sweet there.
I agree with that just because, it got us there that time, but once again to go back, Dan drew gas well the entire game. It was really impressive.
Yeah.
After being hit by Ashiok so many times and having your deck thinned of so many, resources that you actually need to win the game as you are trying to win by creature damage, it was really impressive to watch his draws. They were really good.
Ordelia Heliod's also probably coming out, and like an Aqueous Form and a
Sure.
land. I don't bring out creatures as like this deck is playing a bunch of like well, I mean, it used to play a lot of 1-for-1 removal to get rid of creatures. So, like, as many creatures as you could have was good because they only have so much 1-for-1 removal. Now with Crux of Fate, they can have a little bit, like, they can sweep the board and get some 2-for-1s out of you, but
Yeah.
provided you play with a little patience, all the creatures you draw should be pretty good.
I'm hoping Dan doesn't make the same mistake he made in Game 1 and attack the Ashiok. I think that was a really, really strong misplay by him.
I'd imagine Noah's probably boarding the Ashioks out. I just don't think they're very good in this matchup.
Sure.
They don't do anything. Like, even if you get 2/2s, Dan doesn't care. Dan's gonna, like, get larger than 2/2s.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah.
His guys are gonna be bigger than all the guys that you're gonna get. And if you're casting Ashiok on turn 3 instead of, like, killing my guy, I'm probably gonna crush you.
Yeah. Oh, so now we see Noah setting up the ghost.
Yeah, so now Noah's going to ghost this
Okay,
match. He
interesting.
lost to Dan once, and he's not about to lose again. He's going to make sure he has
wants to know
perfect
what's happening.
information. Although, to be fair, we don't have perfect information
Yeah.
either, so it's...
Very true. Here they
This
go.
isn't Moto, where you can see every card in everybody's hand. Noah on the play for this one. He's got a pretty slow hand, but he does have a Crux of Fate, which is a pretty good card.
Both players going to keep. I like that.
I like that, too. So Dan has a turn 1 favorite hoplite. Dan does this thing where he, like, plays his Scryland when he has his fetch land, and I think
Yeah.
he has additional lands, which is just incorrect. Noah's going to go up to 23.
Strong start for Noah off the...
Dan kept Aqueous Form in, and it looks like I think he scried that to the top. So now Dan is going to cast the favorite hoplite. We're going to play a Temple of Deceit, scry that to the bottom.
So with this land, Dan might have just been kind of saved with Noah having to play that tap lane there.
Yeah.
He only had, I think, an untap was a blue source. So we'll see the Aqueous form get suited up.
Yep, and I like something I like at the end step there from Dan would have been to cast to cycle the Defiant Strike on my guy.
Okay.
Noah doesn't have. There's no Doomblade in this format. Like blue, black, colorless doesn't kill my guy,
Sure.
and like that uses our mana better. So
Interesting. So you like that aspect of cycling the
Yeah.
card just for sheer.
yeah,
Did you play black then with cycling? Did you ever play with the actual cycle cards?
yeah, but I was like young.
Very young.
Yeah. So Noah's gonna cast a Divination here and gonna gain more life. Go to 23 off a Radiant Fountain. He does have Crux of Fate next turn, so he set that one up. So hopefully for Dan, he has a Valorous stance of some sort, or is willing to play around that card. So like Dan needs to get like this fetch land like out of his. He needs
Yeah.
to fetch. Like he's scrying so much, and he's just losing scry value every time he scries with this fetch land in play. So now he's going to Defiant Strike.
Yep.
He left that card on top, correct?
He did. He
Right,
left the
so
card from the
yeah.
scry.
This has to be a counter spell or some protection spell, like ideally a Valorous stance or a Stubborn Denial.
Drop Noah to 20. 19.
This is Stubborn
Oh,
Denial,
I'm sorry,
but
19. Correct.
Noah's going to draw. I imagine he's just going to slam a Crux of Fate here, and it's going to get Stubborn Denialed.
Even that card's tricky to play around now. The Stubborn Denial. I mean, you have to make sure. I saw yesterday when you were playing against the Mono Green Devotion deck, you have to be careful how much mana those decks are making because they could
Yeah.
potentially leave a ton floating.
So, Dan, Stubborn Denial is the Crux of Fate from Noah, but I'm pretty sure he has a backup one. So, let's see what Dan can assemble on this turn.
Still got that fetch.
Yeah. He has a God's Willing, and a favorite hoplite. So, he's going to scry. Imagine if he doesn't like it, ship it to the bottom, and then cast a Defiant Strike, I think.
There you go.
Because you got to try to, you got to get in your damage and then like try to find something
Cards that
that's,
you
yeah, some protection spell.
Well, he just left this one recently on top too, correct?
No, he shipped that one to
Okay,
the bottom, but he
so-
drew a Valorous stance, I think.
Good.
So that's
Strong draw.
pretty good.
So he's
So Noah's going to take 5, go to
good
14.
with 14. Boy, it'd be a kicker if Dan decided to keep in those Tamir Battle Rages.
Yeah, I don't think he did. Noah drew a Bile-Blight, which is a pretty good draw. Noah's got a lot of removal in his hand. I think he's eventually going to be able to kill this guy, provided Dan doesn't just continue to draw protection spell after protection spell off the top. So
So if you're Noah here, you slam the Crux again. You
yeah, I just
try
keep cruxing. Looks like he's gonna... Yeah, he's gonna cast Crux again.
Okay.
And I think Dan did draw a Valorous Stance.
It looks like it? Or was it a...
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, there you go.
So Dan's got a Valorous Stance. Gonna put his guy up to 4 power.
Noah's got to pass.
Up note for Noah, he only has 2 black mana in play, so he's only going to be able to cast one of these Heroes Downfalls a turn, and then, but Dan just drew another Stubborn Denial.
Yeah.
And he's leaving that card on top. Noah's going to take 5. I like running out my guy here, too. Like, it does nothing bad happens if we run more guys out. We just get an extra damage.
Yeah, once
If
again.
we have Stubborn Denial, like, if he Crucifates, that's fine.
It was looking at 11.
Yeah, Noah played a Radiant Fountain.
Okay, this turn.
Yeah.
I like that too. I like assembling the clock on the board after you know. And if Dan's at all familiar with this blue-black list, those Cruxes were it. Like, there are no additional Cruxes.
But even still, like, if you draw Stubborn Denial, I'm playing this card. Like,
Sure.
you can cast Crux, I don't care, I'm going to Stubborn Denial it, and then, like, attack you next turn for 7.
Okay.
You know?
You're just trying to accelerate the ground game.
Correct.
Okay.
Especially when we have, like, a backup dude in our hand.
Mm-hmm.
So, Noah's going to pass, which pretty much means he's representing...
He had the interpret the signs he was looking at
Yeah,
in his
no,
hand, and he just didn't want to...
Noah's on the cast this Downfall.
Dan's just going to keep the beats rolling.
Dan going to keep it on top, too. The, like, Aqueous Form is doing mega work here.
Jeez.
So
So that's 7 damage coming in?
yeah.
Wow.
So, like, Noah would be dead right now if we played the Battle-Wise Hoplite.
Yes,
No,
yeah.
he would not be dead, actually.
7,
So it would have been
no.
9. If he didn't have the Radiant Fountain, he would have been dead. But,
I'll tell you what, those Radiant Fountains have done...
so, Noah going to line up a Bile-Blight, which we just let resolve. This doesn't matter, but maybe I think he's trying to... Okay, so he doesn't have another Downfall. So this totally resolves.
So he's trying to bait Dan here.
Yeah. Dan needs to show better discipline than this. Like, this is just... spell doesn't matter. Unless Dan has a Tamir Battle Rage on top of his deck, this is the only reason
Which,
that
if he did, would be just
Yeah.
bonkers.
That's
right
the only
now.
situation where I'd keep that, and that might have actually been a 2.
There's no way.
No.
It couldn't have been.
So Dan's going to hit Noah down to 3, but he's going to pass bag. Noah's going to cast a Dig Through Time.
So if you're Noah, what are you looking for?
You're looking for a removal spell, a 2 preferably, but the problem is you only have 2 black mana. So, like...
He's got an Interpret the Signs in hand. I don't know if that helps him at all.
No, the only thing that helps him here is a removal spell.
Yeah.
Like, ideally, what you'd want is No, even that doesn't do it. I was thinking, no, you could probably, like...
Ooh.
So Dan's going to counter it, which is
Really?
pretty loose, unless he has another protection spell. So, nope, Noah's going to die.
So
Noah can cast
he
another
can
Dig Through Time.
He can.
But he
can
does...
use Interpret the Signs here.
He can, but it...
Does it eat up too much mana?
Yeah,
It
it's
eats
too
up
much mana.
5?
He played a land this turn. Pretty sure Dan's just going to win this game. Noah has an out in Murderous Cut, like land... Yeah,
So here you'll see
yeah.
Interpret.
If he hits a Murderous Cut, then he can cast it.
What about a Hero's Downfall? Does that do it for him?
No,
'Cause
because he played a land this turn
Sure.
already.
Oh,
So,
okay. So
yeah.
he does not have.
So he needs to hit Murderous Cut. He sees Bile Blight, Negate,
Yeah.
and something else.
So for those who don't know, Interpret the Signs is Scry 3. Reveal a card off the Scry, then draw cards equal to the CMC of the card revealed.
So he real Dig Through Time, so he's going to draw 8. He just really needs a Murderous Cut right here. And he finds a Hero's Downfall, but he played a land this turn, I'm pretty sure, so...
I thought he did too.
Yeah, he played an island. Pretty sure he drew an island for the turn. Yeah, and he's just gonna die. Yeah, he definitely played a land this turn. Yeah, he's moving to discard. So
he's just dead to this
Yeah.
giant favorite hoplite.
he is just dead.
Interesting to note how good the. I know we talked about siding the Aqueous Form out, but it's actually done work.
Yeah, it's done a lot of work. I think Dan's playing 2, so I'd probably side out 1.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd sideboard out them all. Yeah, he's just gonna kill him. Yeah,
Gonna
alright, go. Dig through it.
Dig
Sure.
again?
He's gonna
Dan-
waste our time.
Dan, confused here.
Dan thinking Noah has Slaughter Pact.
I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't think Dan knows what Slaughter Pact is.
No, I don't think so either. And Noah's going to put his deck down and show him his hand.
Scoop it up.
So our hero, Dan Cardenas, is going to 4-0 this FNM.
Wow. Good to him. That's
it.
Scoop it up. He played. You know what? Granted, I know we talked to him a little bit in between rounds there. I feel like he played that one somewhat better. Still had a semi-loose play.
A little better.
Yeah.
He just, like, fights over things that don't matter.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he won, so he's 4-0. I went 2-2 yesterday with this deck, so who am I to talk?
New deck for Dan, by the way, also, as he's mostly known for his consistent play with red-green monsters and things like that.
So the Norman Special gets it done.
Are we calling it that?
I'm contractually obligated.
Are you obligated to do that? The Norman Special?
Yeah.
I guess we can.
So the Norman Special 4-0's tonight's FNM.
There it is.
Defeating the control monstrosity that plagued tonight's FNM.
There was a lot of control. That was pretty much it. That was the answer. Was can Alex Pressig or Dan Cardenas wade through the control?
Yeah, but I think the heroic deck has a pretty decent matchup against the control deck. I don't think it's awful.
It's weird because if you were to ask me, I think the blue-white heroic deck has a better match against the blue-black control. I think Sultai's matchup is easier.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Evil Ben Sliwa could have played a tighter game and had better keeps.
Yeah, he kept some loosey-goose hands.
Super loosey-goose hands. I just think the addition of the cards that they have access to are a little bit better for him.
Yeah, I agree. Kiora especially.
Kiora's
a freaking beating.
Yeah, it's a nut card. It's a super nut card.
Against the blue-black control deck, you're completely right. I think the matchup's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Especially if you can like land a Hoplite and make it a 3/4 or anything, you can make it into a 3/4 because then Bileblade is just completely a blank.
Yeah, you have access to a lot of creatures, and like you said, these blue-black control decks are mostly known for one-for-one removal, and that just isn't the game you want to play against the blue-white heroic deck.
Yeah.
Especially when Drowning Sorrow and Bileblight are completely useless after game
turn,
2 or
turn 2 in some cases.
I mean, it just completely blanks a lot of your spells. So it's definitely a I think I'm on board with all of that. So do we have anything else coming up? We got game day.
We do have game day.
Game day Saturday and Sunday. This Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Standard.
Here at the store. Come battle. I'll be here. Unless I go home and rip Van Winkle it and never wake up.
Yeah, I don't think you'll do that.
Yeah, no.
You got to play some Magic.
I got to come and try to win that Ugin mat.
That Ugin mat's sweet.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully the buyers on eBay think it's sweet when I win it.
Oh, they will. Actually, you know what's funny is that's also the art that's featured on the Pro Tour mat.
Yeah?
Yes, same artwork.
That's interesting.
It is very interesting.
Man, they
the
get
only
drafts at the Pro Tour and a mat?
Free drafts and a mat at the Pro Tour.
Must be nice. They get free drinks?
I believe so. They probably have a water station for the players.
Do they get free food?
Maybe not.
Is lunch comped?
I doubt lunch is comped. If you're Rich Hagen or BDM, lunch is probably comped.
All right, well, Rich Hagen, and to a lesser extent BDM, he's pretty good too. They deserve comp lunch.
They do.
Rich Hagen is a superstar.
He is. I grew up listening to Rich Hagen on ESPN2 when Magic was aired, and he was like my guy to listen to.
He's great. I love listening to Rich.
Yeah.
I think he's really good at what he does. BDM, I think, is also pretty good at what he does.
BDM's a smart guy.
Yeah.
He's a smart guy. But Noah said he saw a bunch of guys at the Pro Tour, got to do some team drafts with Andrew Cuno and some other All-Stars, so that's a guy you want to hang around with. If you don't like control, he is the master of the
I'd like to watch Cuneo play control. Like I watched Cuneo play like blue-white control decks like in Ursa Saga block draft.
Yeah.
And there's just something about watching certain players play. Like I watched like Huey Jensen play control decks.
Okay, sure.
But yes, other people
shouldn't be playing control decks. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's kind of what I say.
I can agree with that. So anyways, we've got game day Saturday and Sunday at the store. Make sure you stop by. Event starts at, I believe, 2 o'clock. There's going to be prizes. There's going to be packs. You get promos. You have a chance to win the sweet Ugin mat.
Maybe you can come beat me, and then I can rage.
There you go. Yeah, you can come beat Matt Dow in some standard.
Yeah.
And watch him get really upset.
Yeah.
And then watch as he goes and practices Modern or Legacy.
Yeah.
Because that's usually what ends up happening. Make sure... Oh, also, if you haven't, head over to our YouTube. That's also a good place for you guys to go check out. We got a lot of videos up there, a lot of highlights from some of the major tournaments we've done in some of these past FNMs. So make sure you head over to the YouTube. channel is Nerd Rage Gaming 1. That's Nerd Rage Gaming 1. You can head over there, subscribe. We'll have a lot more stuff coming up there as well, commercials, player interviews, things like that. So definitely be sure to check it out.
Yeah, and make sure to check out on Monday on this channel, the Twitch channel. I think this next week coming up, Kent Ketter will be streaming.
Oh, that's right. We've got the pro team now who is streaming on here for sure.
Wednesday will be Andrew Tenjum, I believe, this week. On the opposite week, it will be Noah Cohen streaming Legacy. On Monday, it's Kent Ketter and Joe Lissette, and then on Thursday, it will be Peter Tragos or Matt Hoey.
Yeah,
so.
That's for sure. That schedule has just kicked off this week, so it'll coming up into the following week. You guys should definitely stay tuned and follow the Twitch channel for that information. Some of those videos will also make their way to YouTube, but definitely make sure you subscribe here and keep in touch with us.
Yeah.
We good, right?
Yeah, I mean, come watch the pro players play on this channel, and then come watch Andrew and I make a fool out of ourselves.
Yeah, well, I mean, we get to talk. We don't get to play.
Yeah.
Which fine. That's fine. I don't want to watch people watch me play.
Sometimes I got an itch to play.
Yeah. I mean, I do too.
But
Legacy.
Unfortunately, I can't play and talk at the same time.
That's fine.
I mean, I can, but I can't commentate.
Okay.
I can just like trash talk. But, like, nice cards, man.
And get real mad.
Yeah.
And get super mad at Ugin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't beat that card.
Card's hard to beat.
Card's ridiculous.
It's very good.
How do you beat like turn 4 Ugin with a heroic deck?
I don't know.
And they just -2 and then like kill your whole board and then still have 5 loyalty left over to continue -2ing every time you play a card.
I'm trying to think of a card that has made me that mad in Standard. And I think the only one I can think of that made me really, really mad was, like, Obliterator.
Pack Rat. Pack Rat made me that mad.
Yeah, Pack Rat's pretty
Be like,
annoying.
you're good, dude. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Pack Rat. Cool.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, but that was like the mesh of cards coming together, too. Like, no one in a million years the stars don't align like that unless you go back to, like, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Stoneforge Mystic. And that was kind of, I mean, some people would say that was even worse.
Oh, I imagine that was worse.
It really wasn't. I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't that bad.
That's because you liked to play those cards.
I did. I loved playing those cards. And then when that deck became unpopular, you got to play Siege Gang Commander Primetime Volkut, and that deck was bonkers. That was standard back then. That was good standard.
I would like to play Jace and Stoneforge Mystic.
Well, that's fun.
Primetime and Valakut? No, those are out.
No, well, yeah, because nobody likes playing green creatures, but
Correct.
Primetime's a pretty good green creature.
Primetime is a pretty good green creature. And I will admit that the Amulet Bloom deck has, like, piqued my interest.
Stop. Now I'm not with you anymore. I don't like that deck.
I mean,
I don't. I'm
out. I think the deck is super sweet.
I'm trying to learn how to play Storm.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck with that, man.
It's not.
I don't think that's a deck, fella.
It isn't.
You should play the Amulet Bloom. That deck's sweet.
We're not playing.
You get an attack with. You can turn 2 people. Can you turn 2 people with Storm? No.
I can turn 3 people.
Yeah. Well,
that's not turn 2.
That's 1 turn.
That's
slower.
1 turn too late.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're signing off for the night. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you go check out the YouTube channel. Make sure you stay tuned to the Twitch channel so you can see the pros streaming as they come up throughout the week. And be sure to come in the shop and join us for game day.
Definitely.
That's
I'll be here.
All right, guys.
Maybe.
Take care. Have